Shorty, I die for you. Whoa, what's good with it, Joseph? That was crazy. The stream started 6 seconds ago. How you feeling, Joseph? That's fire, bro. I don't even know how you did that. How'd you get in here so quick? Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. First and foremost, let me give y'all young boys some do-rag etiquette. I know the summer about to come up. I don't want to see no what's going on, gangrene. The summertime is coming. I don't want to see any animal behavior. Do not wear your do-rag outside. Under any circumstances, you do not ever wear your do-rag outside. Do-rag is for in-house purposes only. It's not a Cash Money video. It's not. It's not. We ain't in Magnolia back in 1999. You know what I mean? Do-rag stay inside, man. What's good, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? So apparently it's a lot of talks about my boy about to hit the Mega Millions. My boy's about to hit the Mega Millions. Desert Eagle, what's going on? Ant, what's going on, cousin? Ant. If you just got in here, all my youngins, all my young boys, all my males out there, do rag etiquette 101. You never wear it outside. I don't want to see nobody with they do rag on outside this summer, or I don't want to see nobody with they do rag on matching they lay. And if you're from Philly, a lay is an outfit. Your do rag, you don't do it. A do rag only supposed to be black too. That's the last rule about the do rag. So listen, Carson Wentz about to get paid. We all know Carson Wentz is about to get paid. A lot of quarterbacks about to get paid. Dak Prescott is going to eventually get paid. Patrick Mahomes is going to eventually get paid. Jared Goff is going to eventually get paid. Females with bonnets, fellas with do-rags, keep it in. That's all I'm saying. Keep it in. Keep it in. You're right about that, Desert Eagle. People about to get paid. And what will really disrespect me and really upset me about what's going on, you the GOAT, Mr. Brunson. No, you the GOAT, my friend. You the GOAT. This would really would upset me if Carson Wentz numbers are somewhere near Dak Prescott's numbers. Now, Dak Prescott not a good quarterback. I mean, he's not a bad quarterback, but at the same time, I just think anything under $150 million extension for Carson is disrespect. Now, if Carson Wentz gets this crazy extension, this crazy number, Carson Wentz has to show what our veterans have shown in the past, the ability to restructure. If Carson Wentz making $30 million a year, he has to show to keep talent around the ability to restructure. Do you think he's going to do that? I believe he is going to do that. Dak is mobile. Dak is mobile, and he'll give him and he'll and hell, I'll give him that. Dak Prescott is mobile. Let's talk about the quarterbacks that came in the same class as Carson Wentz. So was it Carson Wentz? It was Jared Goff. It was Dak Prescott. Was it Mahomes? Was it Mahomes? I think Patrick Mahomes came in that class too. So I'm gonna do another video on ranking the top quarterbacks in that class and what I think they should get paid. That video is going to come later on in the week. But Carson Wentz might get this extension like sometime this week. And Wentz is mobile too. They love to sleep on that fact about Carson Wentz not being mobile. I kind of feel like that it's too early to give Carson Wentz his extension. Oh, so Mahomes was after Wentz? Okay, okay. Mahomes was a year later. Okay, I kind of felt like it's too easy. I mean, it's too early to give Wentz this extension. I think it's too early to give Carson the extension, man. I need to see a complete body of work, man. I need to see. You already know Eagles, Ohio. I need to see a complete body of work. I need to see a complete body of work. Now we put all the chips in on him. He got a lot of stuff going on with him injury wise. He got back injuries. He got knee problems. He got a lot of stuff going on with him injury wise. I want to see a complete body of work. That's all I want to say, man. You feel me? I want to see. I'm white, but my woman is black, and she always wears that shower cap thing outside. Brian, tell her the etiquette, Brian. Brian, tell her the etiquette. Now, it's hard to tell black women stuff. If she don't agree with you, Brian, it's not going to be nice. I'm sure you know, because I got a black wife. I'm sure you know. But just like, this how I would do it if I was you, Brian. She got to be in a real good mood. I mean, she got to open the wine. Oh, my show is on. Hey, babe, by the way, don't wear that shit outside no more. Try sneaking in like that. But if it gets you axed, don't say I told you to do that. I need to see a complete body of work, bro. Carson is an amazing quarterback. Carson is due this extension, but I want to see a complete body of work. I want to see a complete body of work. A complete body of work. I mean, Carson is good with his weapons. Carson is in the top 10 and he's in the top 10 in touchdown receptions. If you see my last community post, Carson is a top 10 guy. Dak Prescott didn't make that list in the last 2 or 3 years. It's hard to get a full season. I'm not asking for a full season. I'm asking for you to play in the playoff game. So we know you're the number one guy. We know you're going to most likely lead us to the playoffs. I'm asking for you to lead us to the playoffs and be able to play in that game. That's all I'm asking you to do. You can miss a game here and there due to our record being so good. What's going on, Big Simple? You can miss a game here and there due to the record being good or due to, soreness or something like that. I just want to see you lead us to the playoffs and play in that game. That's what I'm saying. There's no excuses. Wentz can't be healthy by September. Wentz will be healthy by September. Wentz will start opening day. Hey, Keith Batts, man, thank you for the donation, brother. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I just want to see a complete body of work from Carson Wentz. Now, Nick Foles is gone. The only time we should be talking about Nick Foles right now is Nick Foles and what he did Super Bowl-wise. Nick Foles is gone. Now, the Eagles' main priority, in my opinion, is a backup quarterback. You can't even draft a backup quarterback right now. You need to look at one of these quarterbacks who have experience in playing at NFL speed. Do not draft a quarterback and think this quarterback is going to be the one that's going to be able to back up Carson Wentz. I don't believe in Sudfeld. I don't believe in Sudfeld. You need to go look at another quarterback. You got to plan for Carson Wentz not being able to finish the season. You got to plan for that. Even though we don't want it to happen, you still got to plan for the worst case scenario. Ain't that the reason why you keep more than 4 running backs on the roster? I mean, that's the reason why you keep more than 2 running backs on the roster, because you plan for injury. You got to plan for injury in a quarterback situation as well, bruh. Here's the thing with extended Wentz. I said it in my live stream. I could understand the notion to do it now because Eagles fans want to keep their quarterback. However, the injury history could kind of hold it off. I don't think the injury. I got the flu, so I can finally see a Lil Brunson live stream. Hey, Ethan, man, make sure you in school and doing the right thing too, Ethan. You got the flu. You better not be faking no sick days so you ain't got to be in school. Lil Brunson, is the wrench shop open? I got you. Take this wrench with you. Take that joint with you. Go fix something in the world. But listen, man, you have to plan for injury. You got to plan for injury, especially knowing the history of Carson Wentz. I love Carson Wentz. I really do. I love Carson Wentz as my quarterback. But you got to plan for injury, bruh. You got to plan for injury. Listen, man, if you throw this extension out right now, I'll be upset if this dude don't get us to the playoffs and play in the playoff game. I'll be upset. What you say? What's up, Lil Brunson? How you feel about the Kelly Green for alternate color? I love Kelly Green. Kelly Green is one of my favorite colors. What's up with the wrench, Lil Brunson? You got it, Super Saiyan. You should have been had a wrench, Super Saiyan. You be around. What running back do you look like we should go after in the draft? Damn, I forgot the kid name. Is it Henderson? I think it's an Alabama running back. I just looked at his highlights today. I like that guy, man. Lil Brunson, how you been? I've been okay. Sharon, I've been okay. What's going on, Ink? Look, man, you got to plan for injury. When you planning for injury, when dealing with Carson Wentz, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I wanted to get Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater and bring him in as a backup. Listen, if the Eagles, I feel like the Eagles are going to bring in Blake Bortles to back up Carson Wentz. That's not going to work for us. That's a no-go, man. Buddy trash. Can we at least get halfway through the season before we give him an extension? I agree with that, Ant. I agree with that. Ain't that what we did? Ain't that what we did to Alshon Jeffrey? Alshon Jeffrey had injury problems. We got like somewhere halfway through the season. We seen that he was balling. He was all for team first. He got that extension. I think you got to kind of do the same thing with Carson Wentz. Oh, Blake Bortles with the Rams already? I didn't even know that, bro. That's crazy. That's a terrible pickup for the Rams. That's terrible. What's going on, Twain? That's terrible. I didn't even know that. So now, what's your best option? Blake Bortles was amongst one of the best options. Do you like Greedy Williams from LSU? I love Greedy Williams, but I don't think Greedy Williams is going to be there. I think we're looking at a lineman or another offensive weapon. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right, Bortles. Yeah. Look, man, you got to look at, and then you really can't even look at RG3, man. You can't look at RG3. You can't. He ain't been active enough. You can't look at RG3. You got to hope Sudfeld really improved, man. Sudfeld got to play every preseason game for me to even consider him, bro. Rams ain't going back to the bowl for a while. No, the Rams ain't going back to the bowl, man. Especially if they don't retain Ndamukong Suh. RG3 signed back with the Ravens? They are not broadcasting this stuff the way I thought they would. I didn't know he signed back with the Ravens. But didn't the Ravens cut RG3? He just signed a 2-year extension to be Lamar Jackson's backup. That's wild, man. That's wild. We don't have a suitable backup. Lamar Jackson, what's going on, DH, man? What's going on with you? Lamar Jackson got a better backup situation than Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? Wade Phillips will retire and McVay exposed. I kind of agree with that. Lamar Jackson got a better backup situation than Carson Wentz. So what we going to do? Bring in Colin Kaepernick? Dude ain't playing like 4 years, 3 years or whatever, 2 years, however long it was. We need a solid backup, bro. What's going on, Derek Williams? How you feeling, man? We need a solid backup. I think that's a bigger concern than the running back thing everybody likes to point out. Draft a quarterback, but I don't need no green baby backing up somebody who shows MVP potential. Fitzpatrick signed somewhere. Fitzpatrick is about to be the Dolphins starting quarterback. I don't believe in bringing in no baby to back up who's about to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks. Listen, if Carson Wentz go down, the season over. That insurance policy that you had of Nick Foles was a big one. If Carson Wentz go down, the season over. If Aaron Rodgers go down, the season's over. If Tom Brady go down, the season's over. Jared Goff go down, over. Patrick Mahomes go down, over. Over. Basically, if any starting, bringing Johnny Manziel, you know what? That actually ain't a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I would love to see, but Johnny Manziel don't have no arm, dog, to utilize these weapons. You need to bring in a backup quarterback who can throw the ball to Deshaun Jackson. You need to bring in a backup quarterback who can throw the ball to Deshaun Jackson. I'm not sleeping on Nate. Nate was just a third string backup. Nate had the opportunity to learn from Carson Wentz, and he had the opportunity to learn from Nick Foles. So maybe Nate is ready. I'm not sleeping on Nate. So, we got to give Nate his just due. Nate is ready. Nate been waiting in the shadows for a while. You're right. We can give Nate his just due. Give Kaepernick a chance. Sign him to a league minimum 1-year contract. In any situation that Colin Kaepernick will end up on the Phil A bomb, I think that's your season is done. Your season's done. Last 3 years went 70 and 28, Dak 67 and 25. Listen, Carson Wentz is the better quarterback than Dak Prescott. We're not even going to even go there. To even add up, to even get the touchdowns to be even, you gotta add in Dak's rushing touchdowns. When a quarterback got a lot of rushing touchdowns, especially close to around the line of scrimmage, here he's limited. He's limited on the goal line. Everybody knows that. Dak Prescott is limited, which is why he uses his legs more than Carson Wentz uses his legs. Hey, David Tar, thank you for the donation, bro. Who are the 5 contending teams in the NFC for 2019? That's a good question. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles in no particular order. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to go with, I don't think the Rams are contenders this year. I'm sorry. I got to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I got to go with the Chicago Bears. You got to kind of throw the Dallas Cowboys in the mix. So that's 3 right there. I'm going to say the Minnesota Vikings will be a contender this year. So that's 4 right there. And the fifth spot is kind of up for grabs, man. So it could be somebody like the Rams. The Seahawks or the 49ers, I just don't think the Rams are going to be able to contend again this year. I don't think the Rams are going to be able to contend this year. I look for the 49ers to be better than what they were last year. Eagles, Saints, Bears, 49ers, Vikings. That sounds about right. Dak wasn't even thought of. Niners need to stay healthy. Don't sleep on Atlanta. I'm not sleeping on Atlanta, but Atlanta, you really can't sleep on Atlanta, man. As long as they got their quarterback and a wide receiver, you can't sleep on them. Who we picking at 25? We are the most unpredictable team to go in the first round. I'm not going to lie, bro. Do you think the Raiders will improve? I think the Raiders will improve drastically. You know what I mean? I think the Raiders will improve drastically. Rams are done. They blew their load. I agree the Rams blew their load. I'm sorry. I got to put the Saints in the contender situation. I'm sorry. So take the Dallas Cowboys out and put the Saints in there. How did I forget about the Saints? Watch out for those Browns. True. True. You gotta watch out for the Browns. I have no idea who we picking at. I have no idea who we picking at 25, man. I have no idea, man. We looking at wide receivers. We looking at running backs. We looking at corners. We are looking at whoever. Howie will make a jump in the draft to get an earlier pick. I don't want Howie to do that. I don't want Howie to do that. And I think it's a mistake for the New York Jets. I think they're gonna trade up. I don't want to trade up. I think you stay at 25. I think it's a mistake for the New York Jets to trade that pick if they do it. That's a mistake. The New York Jets need to utilize that pick. They need to use that pick and beef that team up. Why trade up the pick? You gonna trade up the pick now because you landed your running back? What up, bro? You got the dew on today? I got the Dewey on, Key. I got the Dewey on, man. I got the Dewey on, man. The summertime coming, man. You know, the waves gotta hit different when the sunlight hit it, man. The waves gotta hit different this summer. I went to the gym today again for the first time since my surgery. Did a little upper body, man. It felt real good to be back in the gym. Just something light to wake the muscles back up. But I'm gonna be full steam pretty soon, man. Full steam. I don't want to do too much heavy upper body stuff right now, and then my legs be super little and my upper body be super big when I start doing legs again. But I did a little bit. I had to wake the muscles up, man. I had to wake the muscles up. I'm getting back to it slowly but surely. Yoga, I can't do yoga. I got on a straight leg. I got on a straight leg brace. How am I gonna do yoga? I can't do nothing lower body right now. What's going on, Ryan? How you feeling? West Philly Sam, what it do? Brunson, we have to stock up on draft capital, though. We don't have a second round pick for the trade for Darnold and a fifth round pick. That makes sense, Gang Green. That makes sense. But if you want to win now, you gotta use that. You gotta use that first round pick, man. You gotta use that first round pick because somebody, what y'all got the third pick this year? It's gonna be an animal available still, bro. That can help your defense immediately, bro. Immediately. Who's gonna make an immediate impact? Who cares about that second round pick? Well, you could get a game changer in the first round. Blunt over Jay Ajayi. What's your opinion on that? I gotta go Jay Ajayi over Blunt. I gotta go Jay Ajayi over Blunt. The only thing that scares me about Jay Ajayi right now is just the injuries with the knees. Why not trade up? That's our MO, aggressive. Jacobs might not be there at 25. Jacobs might not even be the best running back in the draft, though. A lot of people might not be there at 25, but it's going to be I guarantee you, watch on draft day. Mark my words, watch on draft day. Somebody's going to be there at 25. Somebody is going to be there at 25. I'm telling you, man. That running back I looked at from Alabama today, Henderson or whatever, somebody gonna be there at 25, bro. And I think you don't have to be aggressive in this draft because there's after 3 or 4, there's no clear-cut decision on who's going 5. There's no clear-cut decision on who's going 5 in this draft. The draft is not impressive. That's what I'm saying. If you can't rushing and receiving touchdown, Dak has 85, Wentz has 2. Yeah, but listen, let me tell you something about rushing touchdowns when it comes to a quarterback. That don't count. I'm sorry. Rushing touchdowns when it comes to a quarterback really don't count. Just like our world titles don't count like Super Bowls, rushing touchdowns don't count when it comes to a quarterback. Let's keep it real, man. That don't count. A quarterback is judged on how many times the ball leave your hands and go into somebody else's hands and they get a touchdown. That's how a quarterback is judged. On a rushing touchdown for a quarterback, only one person get a touchdown. When a quarterback throw a touchdown, 2 people get a touchdown. Let that sink in. It don't count. So don't try to change the narrative and you got to add this to Dak Prescott to make it count. It don't count. That's why when the list I saw today, the top 10 touchdowns that were thrown, but in I think the last 2 years or the last 3 years since Wentz came into the league or whatever it was, Dak Prescott not on that list. I wonder what happened to the running back from the Rams, C.J. Anderson. He's still a free agent. Easy ass. Yeah, QB sneaks, that don't count, brother. That don't count. QB sneaks don't count. That don't count. That don't count. I mean, it's a good trick to have in the bag when you need a touchdown. But come on, man, who really calling that, bro? Quarterbacks throw touchdown passes from the 1-yard line, which is stupid in my opinion. When you just got feed your running back, but you know what I mean. I see a lot of Wentz Jackson touchdowns. I see a lot of Wentz Jackson touchdowns too, man. I just hope and pray. Listen. The thing about stop hating on Dak. Kid hasn't had a losing season in the NFL. Facts. What do you mean he hasn't had a losing season in the NFL? What are you talking about? You talking to me like Dak Prescott won Super Bowls? He didn't. He didn't have a losing season, okay, but he had a season that he didn't go to the playoffs, just like Wentz did. The Eagles went to the playoff 2 years in a row. Dak Prescott never did nothing like that. A season without the postseason is a losing season. It is. I hate when people judge shit like 8-8 is a winning season. 8-8 is a winning season. 8-8 don't get you in the playoffs, man. 8-8 don't get you in the playoffs, man. A winning season is going to the postseason, and to me, this is a winning season. If you go to the postseason and get put out in the first round, I don't even count that as a winning season. You made it to the playoffs and then you got bounced. I don't call that a winning season. A winning season is going to the postseason, making some noise, and knocking somebody off. In my opinion, the Chicago Bears did not have a winning season. They didn't have a winning season. The number one defense got knocked out by a wild card team. How is that a winning season? How is that a winning season? That's not a winning season. That's not that you got exposed. That's not a winning season. Only reason Wentz has a ring is Foles. Only reason Wentz has a ring is Foles. See, you can't say stuff like that because Wentz got a ring, whether you like it or not. The only reason Foles got a ring is Wentz. Wentz basically sold up the number one seed. Foles had to win 2 or 3 games. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. It remains to be seen if Nick Foles if Nick Foles was the starter from day one. It remains to be seen if Nick Foles is going to be judged this season if he can take a team from week 1 all the way to the playoffs, all the way through. It remains to be seen. When Carson Wentz went out, we were in the playoffs. We were in the playoffs. When Carson Wentz went out, we were in the playoffs. Carson Wentz was in the MVP discussion. When Carson Wentz went out, we were in the playoffs. Nick Foles just came in and had to do a little bit. He had to do a lot, actually. But you know what I mean? Nick Foles don't get the contract he don't get without Carson Wentz. Where's that Wentz statue? You won't get a Wentz statue. You won't get a Wentz statue because Wentz didn't make the best play in Eagles history. You won't get a Wentz statue. Wentz isn't the only quarterback. Wentz isn't the only quarterback to catch a receiving touchdown in the Super Bowl. That's Nick Foles. That's why Nick Foles got that statue, because he did things Steve Young didn't do in the Super Bowl. He did things Tom Brady didn't do in the Super Bowl. Nick Foles done things that no other quarterback has done. That equates you for a statue. They both don't get a ring without each other. They both don't get a ring without each other. Nick Foles showed poise in the postseason. Carson Wentz showed poise throughout the regular season. Carson Wentz's second season is being, in my opinion, is equatable to Dan Marino's second season. Did Peyton Manning have a good of a second season as Carson Wentz? No, it was awful. Did Tom Brady have a good second season? No, it was awful. Tell me another quarterback besides Dan Marino who had a better second season than Carson Wentz. You won't find one. What's going on, Kirsten? How you doing? You won't find. It's very hard to find another quarterback that had a better season than Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz broke the Eagles' touchdown passing record in the second season. So without Carson Wentz, the city don't have a ring. Yeah, Wentz didn't play in the postseason, but Wentz had a legendary second season. A legendary second season. A lot of people need to understand that. Carson Wentz, I repeat, had a legendary second season. A legendary second season. We were already in the playoffs when Carson Wentz went down. That was like yin and yang, man, if you want to think about it. You don't have a Super Bowl if Carson Wentz don't play that good in the regular season. Thanks, Cowboys Face. What did Cowboys Face say, A-Bomb? Cowboys Face to A-Bomb. Congrats on... Okay. Yeah, congrats on your marriage again, A-Bomb. McNabb, 31 touchdowns, 04. Wentz, 34-17. You already know. Without the best season from a quarterback in Eagles history, Carson Wentz already had the best season in Eagles history from a quarterback. 33 touchdowns. 33 passing touchdowns is the Eagles record. He did that in his second year. And we've had great quarterbacks come through our organization. Yo, Broad Street finally got alive. You already know, Larry, what's going on, man? What's going on with you? The real reason why we won that Super Bowl is that our offensive line was playing lights out. The offensive line definitely played lights out. They absolutely protected Carson Wentz. They protected Carson Wentz and Nick Foles down the stretch. agree with you on Wentz, but I don't mean it don't mean shit till he does play in a playoff game. What don't mean nothing till he play in a playoff game? That he can win a Super Bowl by himself? I agree with you. Carson Wentz has to prove that Carson Wentz will be in a playoff game this season. I guarantee it. Carson Wentz has to prove that he can win in the playoffs, and he can. And he can. The lights ain't never too bright for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz better than Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm not just saying that because you're a 49ers fan. Carson Wentz is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. The reason, listen, Jimmy Garoppolo got paid off of 4 games. Carson Wentz is about to get paid off of one of the greatest second seasons in NFL history. It's a difference. It's a difference. Carson Wentz came in with expectations. Carson Wentz came in. They saw a little bit of Carson Wentz in training camp, and Sam Bradford was gone. Sam Bradford was gone. Jimmy Garoppolo got paid due to a technicality. Jimmy Garoppolo is severely overrated in my opinion. Jimmy Garoppolo got paid to a technicality. Jimmy Garoppolo got paid because the San Franciscos were just thirsty. This is how it works in the NFL. If a bunch of people rant and rave about you saying that you good, then they gonna act like you good. Do-rag looking good. You already know. Listen, I keep the knot in the front because when you go to sleep with the do-rag on, that knot hurt the back of your head. Another do-rag trick. Another do-rag trick. Don't ever wear your do-rag outside though. Wentz got half a ring before Dak. Listen, man, Dak is Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? I think comparing Dak Prescott to Carson Wentz is ludicrous because you can't compare it. Jimmy G has a higher ceiling. Jimmy G has a higher ceiling than Wentz. Are you mad? If Jimmy G, listen, Carson Wentz is damn near 6'6". 6'6", can make every throw on the field. Carson Wentz is a freak of nature, bro. Carson Wentz is a freak of nature. A freak of nature. Carson Wentz, Jimmy Garoppolo does not nowhere near have a higher ceiling than Carson Wentz. Nowhere near. Carson Wentz came from North Dakota State. North Dakota State. Carson Wentz was a 2nd overall pick. Carson Wentz would have been an MVP of the league. What are you talking about? There's 2 quarterbacks that Jimmy Garoppolo don't have a higher ceiling than. One is Carson Wentz and one is Patrick Mahomes. The only person that might have a higher ceiling than Carson Wentz is Patrick Mahomes. There's no young quarterback in the league with a higher ceiling than Carson Wentz. Come on, bro. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? Jimmy Garoppolo got a higher ceiling than Carson Wentz? You tripping, bro. You're tripping. You're tripping. You're tripping. If the Patriots would have kept Jimmy Garoppolo in hopes that he would have been a replacement for Tom Brady, if Tom Brady would have retired a year ago, the Patriots won't have 6 rings. Jimmy Garoppolo ain't that, brother. He ain't that. Right? Y'all talking about we haven't seen a full year out of Carson Wentz. We've seen more out of Carson Wentz than we've seen out of Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, Kraft made the Pats trade Jimmy G, and look what it did. Kraft obviously smart because they just won the 6th Super Bowl. Come on, bro. It's about winning, bro. Yes, correction. Jimmy G has a higher ceiling than Dak. Thank you. Jimmy G has a higher ceiling than Dak. What's good? What's good? Mayfield's ceiling is up there with Wentz. Mayfield's ceiling is up there with Wentz, but it ain't higher than Carson Wentz. This year will determine a lot for Baker Mayfield. Listen, traditionally, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, as it goes, Hall of Fame quarterbacks have terrible second seasons. Terrible second seasons. That's just the facts of football. Elite quarterbacks have good second seasons, bro, because they get that game tape on you in that first season after you have a good rookie campaign. And then they shut you down. Lamar Jackson is going to be trash this year. Trust me. He's very limited. Once they start planning for the legs of Lamar Jackson, trash. He's very limited. Traditionally, elite quarterbacks have bad second seasons. It's rare to see a quarterback have a good second season. It's rare, man. And Carson Wentz did that. And Carson Wentz had a good 3rd season, too. Whether he played the full season or not, Carson Wentz's numbers are comparable to Dak Prescott's. And he didn't even play the whole 3rd season. You already know. Is your name Sharon? I always butcher your name. Trubisky had a damn good second season. But Trubisky compare Mitchell Trubisky's second season to Carson Wentz's second season and Dan Marino's second season. Mitchell Trubisky's second season is up there. Mitchell Trubisky got a higher ceiling than Jimmy Garoppolo. Come on, dog. Come on. Sophomore slump is something Carson never heard of. Sophomore slump is something that we don't. Carson Wentz bypassed the sophomore slump, and so did Mitchell Trubisky. I'd rather have Foles or Wentz than Jimmy. It's just something about Jimmy. Jimmy, like, when Jimmy was deemed the man and they start pressuring Jimmy Garoppolo, I saw scared in Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I saw scared in him, bro. I guess playing for the Patriots give you some type of confidence, but I seen Jimmy Garoppolo looking scared last season before he got hurt. I saw a scared boy in Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, what did I get myself into? Because the 49ers is one of the most prestigious fan bases around, bro. And I saw it scared. I saw it scared in Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I think the pressure, I think the lights might be a little too bright for Jimmy Garoppolo. If we can just get our offensive line to be improved, I shake my head. So why would you trade that pick, Gang Green? Why would you trade that pick? Draft the best offensive lineman with that pick. 49ers still have a lot of rebuilding to do. Yeah, but according to the 49ers, they solved the quarterback problem. You ain't got to rebuild there. If you got a quarterback, then I expect your quarterback to look good. Jimmy G looked scared to me a lot last year. Trubisky had 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Wentz had 33. I'll take Wentz. Wentz is better than Trubisky, but Trubisky's second season, he went to the playoffs. Trubisky's second season was a good season, man. Nick Foles had a shrine in the locker room. Nick Foles did have a shrine in the locker room, and Dak Prescott will never have one. Lynch didn't want Kaepernick, Dwayne. There is an alignment worth drafting at 3. You're right. So trade the third pick for alignment then if that's what you need. Trade your third pick for alignment. You could get a lineman, man. You got the third pick. You got the collateral, brother. You got the collateral, man. I'm having a rough day today. Your chat helps. I appreciate that, Carson. I hope your day gets better. Anybody having a rough day, I hope your day gets better. Trust me, them rough days come, man. Them rough days come. When I have a rough day, I go live. It helps me. Do you think Sam Darnold do I think he has a good second year? I think his second year is better. It remains to be seen if it'll be legendary like Carson. Carson Wentz's second year was legendary, bro. Second season, after his second season, he was ranked number 3 in the top 100. In the top 100, voted on by the players, for the players, he was ranked number 3. After Dak Prescott's second season, he wasn't even ranked in the top 100. And in his third season, he came off of knee surgery. Brunson, bro, best of luck to you, homie. That was cold, man. Real talk. Did me dirty, my G. Huh? Who did you dirty? Brunson, bro, best of luck to you, homie. That was cold, man. Real talk. Did me dirty, my G. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't go live to do people dirty. I go live to talk facts. Unless you're named Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't think you should feel any type of way about what I said. Carson Wentz going to get injured again. Watch. That's crazy for you, bro. I mean, I don't wish that. Did I say Jimmy Garoppolo was going to get injured? I didn't say that. But Carson Wentz ain't going to get injured. I don't think he is. What's the wrench by people's names? The wrench is something that you just got, and it means that, you could use it. Do what you want. Figure it out. If you don't like a comment, click on somebody's name and make moves. Take that wrench, go fix the world. I don't hope for it, but I think he's going to get hurt. We don't even talk about that, though. Why we got to talk about that? Lord Brunson, you think Dez going to play ever again? I do. I think Dez Bryant is going to play again. Dez Bryant could possibly still be a good, I would love a wrench. Got you, David. Dez Bryant could possibly be a good possession receiver. You know how Pierre Garçon was towards the end of his career? Am I thinking of the right guy? No, I'm not thinking of Pierre Garçon. I'm thinking of, is it Pierre Garçon? Who's the old receiver that the 49ers just had? The 49ers just had an old receiver towards the end of his career. I think he played one season with them and retired, but he was really good in like possession catches. He was a beast. Not Crabtree. Not Crabtree. I can't think. It was Garçon. Okay, it was Pierre Garçon. Yeah. I think Dez can turn into a Pierre Garçon. Pierre Garçon lost speed, but the hands were remarkable, man. Remarkable. Brandon Lloyd used to be a beast. Brandon Lloyd used to be a beast. I enjoy Brandon Lloyd to an extent. People just love to hate. Wentz gonna be fine. Yeah, man. To say Carson Wentz gonna get injured, man, it's just come on, man. It's ludicrous, bro. We don't man, come on, man. That's crazy, bro. I don't want nobody to get injured. I don't want no quarterback to get injured. I want everybody. I think Anquan Bolden was a good possession receiver too. Did Anquan Bolden just play for San Fran? I don't know, man. Pierre Garcon and Anquan Bolden be like the same person to me. I think it might have been Anquan Bolden though. I want a wrench. I got you, Keith. Outside of the division, who do the Eagles hate most? Outside of the division, I think the Eagles hate the Saints the most because the Saints been whooping our ass, bro. The Saints been whooping our ass. And to be honest, man, to be honest about something, dog, because that's what I do is be very honest. No, it's not the Vikings. Nobody cares about the Vikings. I think it's the Saints. Well, me personally, I hate the Saints the most. And if we would have ended up having to play the Saints last year in that Super Bowl playoff season, I think the Saints would have had our number, bro. Even though it would have been in the link, I don't think the Saints would have laid down like the Vikings did. We have no reason to hate the Vikings. We completely own the Vikings. The Saints blew us out, and they put us out the playoffs. I think it's the Saints, bro. I think it's the Saints. I think it's the Saints. I personally cannot stand the Saints. Lil Brunson, what's good? What record do you think we have for New York and Washington? I think Dallas will be 10-6. What record do I have for New York and Washington? I think New York is going to go. I think New York is going to win 9 games. I do. I think Washington is going to win like 5 games. I think Washington is going to win like 5 games, and Adrian Peterson going to retire. The best thing that happened to the Washington Redskins in the last 20-something years would be Adrian Peterson retiring the Redskin. That's so he can have that claim to fame. Yeah, but don't agree with the Super Bowl team versus the Saints. I'm telling you, no, I think we could have beat the Saints. Nick Foles almost beat Drew Brees in the head-to-head before, but the Saints would not have laid down. The Vikings died in the first quarter against us. The Vikings went up 7-0, and we completely dismantled the Vikings. So, what's going on, Dilly Philly? I can't wait to see how our offense will look this season. I think the offense will look great. One thing that we have, yes, I think the Giants will win 9 games. I'm gonna tell you why. You don't have OBJ no more there. You don't have it. You don't have OBJ no more crying for the ball. If Eli Manning is able to spread the ball around, he's going to be. I think Eli Manning is going to have a pretty good season this year. Not no MVP season, but I think Eli Manning, you're going to see a good Eli Manning. If Eli is able to spread the ball around, and look, he got Golden Tate. Golden Tate is good between the numbers. If they put Golden Tate in the slot, Golden Tate ain't running deep trying to catch no bomb. Golden Tate is going to give him that presence of somebody who could catch the ball and make moves after. Remember, Golden Tate is really good yards after catch. What's going on, Shrey? Golden is really good yards after catch, so. I think Eli will be better. He's going to be able to lean on the run more. D-Jax opens up a lot off the field. Yeah, I ain't really feeling how Golden Tate made his moves either. But yo, leave a comment. Lord Brunson, your diet game staying on point. Yeah, man, I just was in the gym today, brother. The diet staying on point. I ain't gonna lie, over the last 3 weeks, I ate a little bit of BS. While I was getting ready for surgery and post-surgery. I ate a little bit of BS, man, but I'm done with that, man. I'm done with that. I think I might have gained like 4 pounds since I haven't been in the gym. Like 4 pounds. I'll tell you one thing, man. I got my body in such great condition, though. I got Durag Brunson in the building. You already know. I got my body in so much great condition. I feel like it's easier for me to lose weight than it is for me to gain. It'll be very hard for me to put back on 50 pounds of weight. You know what I mean? My body is just not used to that, man. My body's not used to that, man. It's like to the point to where like if I get my body back in full ketosis after I eat, I'll be completely hungry again. That's my mission. It takes like 4 days to get back in ketosis. So that's like eating on a keto diet for 4 days. Then you right back in ketosis, brother. Right back in ketosis, man. And you good to go. So leave a comment on what you think Carson Wentz contract extension will be. I think the extension could happen before the regular season. So leave a comment on that, man. I'm about to try to enjoy the rest of